Talk about Keefy D. What you think?
Oh, he going to jail. It's over with. Because that's who left to hold the bag.
Out there, buddy.
He left to hold the bag, but I'm going to tell you this. If Diddy really, which ain't no if, I'm going to be realistic. Sean, I fuck with you. If. Lawyer up. Because if it is, like it's been preached on the street for years, like the lore, the legend behind it, like the Eric Von Zip nigga from Harlem holding the money and all that shit. You know, a lot of people don't understand the streets be tied into a lot of shit. To know your history on a lot of shit, Eric Von Zip used to be under Bumpy Johnson. Like, he was like one of his last understudies. Like, he learned from Bumpy Johnson. He died like in 2012. He died of natural causes. He's one of them type gangsters. Like, you can Google him, you can look him up on motherfucking Instagram pages, on pictures and all that shit. He in pictures with Rich, Alpo, all them niggas. Like, he was one of the major figures in the 80s in New York, period. And Puffy was his protege. A lot of niggas don't know that. See, when niggas think Puffy just dancing and singing, I say, this the nigga y'all got now. This the nigga y'all know about. The nigga that started Bad Boy, the nigga that I grew up with that had Wolf with him, that was his bodyguard. You know who Wolf is. Wolf the nigga that killed Jake Robles. He the nigga that started the East Coast West Coast war. A lot of people don't know that. He the nigga that killed the nigga in Atlanta at JD after party. That's the reason why Suge Knight had a grudge against, started his grudge against Bad Boy. Story. So it's a lot of street lore that niggas don't know. And I just so happen to be in the ends on that because just my family and you know what I'm saying, being that nigga. So Eric, back to what I was saying. Eric Von Zip was more so like a street nigga broker type shit. If you want something done, you can go to him. He had the relationship with the Crips in Cali, Keefy D and them years ago on some drug shit. That's how a lot of people don't understand. You think it's a coincidence? Or you ever notice? You know C Gutter from Junior Mafia, Big's cousin? How you think he Crip? They was making their rounds out there in the early 90s. That's how you think Crip got to New York. Harlem was one of the first Crip strongholds. Then it became, Brooklyn, not Brooklyn is Crip the fuck out of New York. Like that's Crip Central in New York. That's Crip and GD Central in New York. But Eric Von Zip was going out to New York, out to Cali, making his rounds in the 80s, in the 90s. Who was his protege? He's fucking with Puffy. Puffy them having problems with Death Row at this point. Niggas gotta understand Suge and Puffy were contemporaries at one point. They were like this, just like me and Donnie B. Real niggas, that's crazy, right? Think about that. Puff and Suge Knight used to be like this. From like 1990 to like 93, 94, 95, until the Source Awards. So we're saying, and up until one, they were like this. They were cool. It wasn't uncommon to see them in the same building, and Suge will be doing his big guy thing, and Puffy will be working the room doing his little guy thing. Do you know that Suge Knight used to manage Mary J. Blige, Jodeci, all these guys, and they were under Puffy at Uptown and dealing with Bad Boy at the time as well. Remember, Puffy did Mary J. Blige's whole album, but she was managed by Suge Knight. You get what I'm saying? So I say that to say beef has always been a root of everything that plays out in the end in jealousy. But back to Eric Von Zip. He gets up with Puffy. Of course, this is his protege. You got problems out west. I know you need protection. Who does he reach out there? Keefy D and the Southside Crips. Now, Keefy D ain't no slouch. Keefy D is street nigga, bro. Fuck the rap shit. He was with Above the Law, all that shit in the 80s. Keefy D and them real street niggas, bro. He the Beta North to Suge Knight. If there's a red Suge Knight, there's a blue. You feel me? There's the alternate universe just being 100. Niggas look at him and see him as an old man. But, bro, it was rooms that Keefy D walked in, niggas ran out of stiff niggas. Super stiff niggas, killers. I'm talking about niggas that was chiefs and shit. I'm talking about walked out of rooms when he walked in. So, when they look at the old man they see now as a shell of himself after years of what he was been doing and be like, oh, he old. Nah, that nigga really like that. Like, he can get something done to you. So Eric Von Zip sets up the connection with the Crips and Bad Boy. Of course, C Gutter being around Big, he adapt. You know how it is. Your crew hang with my crew. Eventually it's gonna happen. C Gutter like what they got going on. So he got put down with the Southside Crips, believe it or not. That's why he got so, to this day, he has so much plug and respect amongst the Crips in New York and Cali. Why? Because he bought that bridge to Brooklyn. Von Zip Puffy pays Von Zip $1 million allegedly, because the story out there now. So I ain't snitching on nobody or talking about uncommon knowledge. He allegedly Von Zip is the escrow between him and Keefe D and Orlando Anderson. Mind you, they don't talk about this part of the game. When they was warned, when it was Death Row versus Bad Boy, Death Row was in New York, and they will be op hunting. Bad Boy will be in Cali, and they will be op hunting. If you know the street lore behind this, I know it's getting deep, right? If you know street lore, it's a certain underground individual, he dead now, from New York. Old head nigga. Him and Big was in traffic. And him and Big was in traffic. And Suge Knight just so happened to pull up next to them niggas on Fairfax or whatever, in Cali, in LA, downtown LA. The OG nigga told Big, like, there he go right there. So they saw each other. Source Awards, shows, everything, before it got deadly. Before the conflict got deadly, they was just whooping on each other. Niggas was catching each other. You see that Death Row chain? You get one, it was a bounty on Death Row chains. Now, mind you, this the most powerful label in the world at the time. It's bounties on Death Row chains. That's like niggas saying it's bounty on Rockefeller chains. If you knew how heavy Rockefeller was rolling back in the early 90s and early 2000s, you would have knew that was a death sentence thinking you was going to snatch one of their chains. Because if you would have knew, you would know who was behind Jay and them for real. Like I tell nigga, he still with Hov right now. OG Juan, nigga, he was the plug for Alpo and that nigga Rich Porter. And that's Jay-Z big homie. That's to let you know how much the streets is tied into the industry. Reason why I fuck with Suge Knight, and if I don't do nothing that's give him too much credit for nothing else, he made it possible for niggas like me to come fresh off the block with a little bit of knowledge and a shrewd business mentality and show you how to get in the rooms. All he showed me, all you got to do is have the mindset, learn the business, become a savant of what you believe in, and you can get in the dough just like everybody else. But it was bounties on them chains. Them niggas was getting into it. Puffy paid Eric Von Zip $1 million. Von Zip never gave the money to Keefe D. And if you look it up on Vlad right now on your phone, it's on Vlad right now. Keefe D, the FBI telling Keefe D that Eric Von Zip got paid. He just never gave him the money. They just could never implicate Puffy because Von Zip is dead. So nobody can say who paid who. That's what's going to be so hard about getting Puffy. That's what I was leading that up to. That's going to be the Rosetta Stone to why Puffy will beat the case. Von Zip is dead. And even if he was alive, he wouldn't snitch on him. Von Zip, that was his dad's best friend. Everybody knows Puff Daddy dad got killed when he was 4 years old. He was a heavyweight for Nicky Barnes. So when he died, Von Zip took over him and started raising him. So it's deeper than rap. So no, he's gonna beat the case. There's nobody to say Diddy gave anybody $1 million cash. Mind you, this is 1996. Ain't no PayPal, ain't no Cash App. Ain't none of that. Ain't no document, ain't no phone record proving that.
No paperwork.
No, there's no paperwork. It's on at this point, it's only hearsay. The only person that's gonna go down is Keefe D. Cause he the last one left. And he talked thinking he had immunity, which was stupid because if you know better, it's something in the federal guidelines called dual sovereignty. And the evidence that they don't use on you on the state level, they can and will use that shit on the federal level. Why did the case get picked up again? Because niggas forgot Tupac mama before she passed. She took the case to Supreme Court and they reopened it, remember? Niggas forgot about that shit. Nigga, he forgot about that shit. He's talking, not realizing that before she passed, Afeni Shakur went to the Supreme Court, and his sister went to the court to get the case reopened. If the Supreme Court overrules, that's a federal matter. I can make everybody down to the state level open back up and investigate, and we coming to get you. So nah, if anybody going down, it's him. It won't be Puffy. If this was 15 years ago, yeah. Maybe we'd be in trouble. Maybe Now, nah, everybody dead and gone. Who's alive? Wolf dead. Puffy like the last man standing. Big dead. Anybody that was close enough to see him do the transaction that would have been with him, either dead and gone or moved on.
What's good, y'all? It's TJ the DJ.
And this is Jet. Hey man, thanks for checking out this clip.
Make sure you hit that like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.